I feel. I do and I feel. I feel space. Hatha Yoga is a traditional practice, a Guru Shishya Parampara. Yoga is a science of practice for my own self. Certificate does not make you a yoga teacher, not even a yoga practitioner. Yoga Alliance who is giving you the certificate. It's not the traditional Indian, some yoga association is giving you some certificate. Businesses of USA are scamming people, and this Yoga Alliance is also nothing but a scam.
Hello, thank you so much for being here with us and allowing us a little bit of your time for this project. We really appreciate it. Can we start by introducing yourself and just tell us a little bit about your story, your life, and how did your path begin?
My name is Manav Yogacharya. I live in Rishikesh, India. I grew up in India in an ashram known as Paramatniketan. After living there for 7 years, from the age of 7 till the age of 14, I got an opportunity to live in a city known as Mumbai. Living in Mumbai, I got an opportunity to compete and run through the desires, run through the experiences, what life can bring. Getting lost, I realized there is a way in which one can find themselves in light, and I started to progress towards the light. Traditional yoga, or the traditional classical experience of yoga, is one of the ways where a human can experience constant presence. A person can experience breath by breath awareness, and this changed my life.
How was the experience in the ashram? How did that shape also your experience later as an adult?
Living life in an ashram from the age of 7 to the 14 young age, living for a few years, you're too young to understand that experience. How rich is it? What is it giving you? What are they programming you with? What are they feeding you with? You don't know. When you go through the difficult phases of your life, you realize there is a possibility of seeing myself out of misery. They tell you always, don't be miserable, don't run behind this, don't run behind that, but we don't understand. We all want to taste ice cream, but then we get cavities in our teeth and we realize, no, ice cream is not good for me. So it's like that, same thing.
And in your path of yoga, did you have any specific teachers, any specific masters, or who are these persons that inspired you in the path of yoga in general?
When I was 28, near around that age, I was completely lost, completely exhausted of being in constant competition, tired of chasing material. For a city person, whatever a city person demands, a nice house at the beach, I had it. Drive nice cars, I did it. Have nice sports bikes, I did it. Whatever you think of a modern lifestyle of being in a city, I had it, but I was in a deep, deep pain of not having connection with my own self. And at around the age of 28, when I became miserable enough, I started to see the path of light again. And I started to go visiting some teachers, some classes. But one teacher I connected with, he gave me a direction to go to an institute known as the Yoga Institute in Mumbai. And I spent nearly 3.5 years there. I found some great teachers, masters. Some of the teachers of this institution also took Samadhi. Dr. Jaydev was found in his last moment when he left his body. He was in Kechuri Mudra. So these masters really did some very essential work and they left their trademark. They left their teachings for us. They have proven the path. I came across a very interesting teacher. I call her my mentor, Hansa ji. She is one of the very special teachers who guide people who are living in a family life, dive into how spiritual life can be lived. I came across many masters of Shivananda Ashram. I came across masters from the Himalayan tradition. Very, very special teachers. And giving dedicated my time, it's now almost 18 years I've been doing this, my 7 years of experience of my childhood, and now 12 years of my journey almost now. It is nearly 18 years of experience I've been doing this. And it is a step-by-step experience of finding oneself. It is not a shortcut. If someone is selling a program in 7 days mindfulness and in 7 days enlightenment, 7 days kundalini, I don't know how this can be found. I really don't know how this can.
And we see that everywhere now. It's so common and so easy to find this type of courses, right? Now in modern life, it's like we want to go to the fast way, the shortcut, and yes, just activate Kundalini in 7 days.
We are looking for shortcut because we don't know what we want to find for ourselves. Somebody is telling me my Kundalini is activated with their words. How do you know? You don't even know what is Kundalini. 7 days courses which they are talking about Kundalini activation. If it was so easy, why would masters spend all their lives to find this? It is just our own lack that we don't have patience for such a practice, that we want to find it in 7 days. Yoga is a practice in its deepest essence. It is a subtler practice than the capillaries in my body. Is a subtler practice. It is a science of prana, the science of nadis, the science of meridians, in which not I understand through some kind of a map, but I feel through how the energy moves. When I move a little finger also, how the energy shifts. It's that subtle science.
And how important is for you now in your teachings to incorporate all of that? I think that we have lost somehow these subtle concepts, and we go to a class just to focus on the external part. Also, we experience in your class that you talk a lot about these subtle bodies and how to connect with them. So how important is for you to incorporate a little bit of philosophy, to incorporate a little bit of subtle energy into the asana practice?
Without the understanding, if we are doing the practice, we have to ask ourselves, are we really doing the practice of yoga? I always often ask the practitioners in the classroom, do you want to be a practitioner or do you want to be my monkey? If without understanding you are doing it, are you my monkey or are you a mindful practitioner? And why do you do the practice of yoga? If someone cannot feel the practice, then it is not the practice of yoga. The first Yoga Sutra that Maharishi Patanjali has given us is known as Atha Yoga Anushasana. Yoga starts with the practice of self-discipline. And discipline is not the practice to know, it is a practice of application. More you know, more you become stupid. Less you know, and you know, I know less, more you have a possibility to advance. Modern technology is about reading books. We just came across a practitioner 3 days, 4 days ago in this class. And she said, I have attended so many trainings, so many programs, Kundalini awakening, Chakra awakening, this happening, that happening. I've done so many trainings and I've read so many books. Every step I take towards it to find myself, I find myself in more pain. It is too much information which you don't realize, and you start to feel small and small in yourself. But if you experience something, you will feel expansion of it because you have experienced it. Words make you small, and experience makes you big. Yoga is a science of experiencing and transforming.
Like experimental science.
Experimental science. And it's very much a technical science which can be also understood on the scientific parallels. Whatever we do in the class can be scientifically and logically understood. It is a parallel running science.
I also noticed that in your class, you now talking about science, that you also implement a lot of biomechanics and a lot of concepts that make sense anatomically. So sometimes we also feel in the modern day that we're just moving our legs here and moving our hands here, but with no awareness of the biomechanics. So can you tell us a little bit about that? How important is this conceptual feeling of the biomechanics of your body and how you utilize that in your practice?
To explain biomechanics is a very tricky process. It does not have much words around it, but I'll try to share as much little as I can, as much fairly as I can. Biomechanics, first of all, starts with a thought that I have joints and I have muscular system. Then biomechanics, going a step forward, ask us a question, or the concept can make us realize, I have joints, I have muscular system, for my mobility to be what is responsible. For most of the people, we don't know, for my mobility, my muscles are responsible, my joints are supposed to be just as a supportive system to give structure to my body, so that my arm has a length, otherwise it will fall. So my bones does not have any nervous system. My muscles have a nervous system, and I do my actions through the nervous system, through the muscular system. And all the action has to be done through the muscular system, and this all muscular system is supposed to be voluntary.
Okay.
There is something known as an involuntary system of the body, and there is something known as a voluntary system of the body. There can be a possibility that I put myself in a crow or a handstand or in Bhujangasana. But that can be an action, and that can be the same way a very specified action for doing it with the biomechanics, understanding how my body shall function in these postures. What amount of pressure I shall apply to my muscular system, and how much I can keep my skeletal system relaxed. So biomechanics is a science of realizing what is the range of my action using my muscular system, not reaching to the end point of skeletal system. Just for an example, if I have to explain it to you, if I stretch my arm, if I am stretching my arm, this is till this point used with the muscular system. If I push it forward, it is locked, it has come to my skeletal system.
Right.
This is my muscular system.
Okay.
So yoga is a science to realize what is the limit of my muscular system and slowly work on the limitation of muscular system, strengthening, stabilizing the muscular system.
Well,
Strengthening, stabilizing. Flexibility is just the modern concept of yoga.
yeah.
Tell me one person who has touched their nose to the toes and they have found enlightenment. You know any such person?
Don't know.
There is no such person. The textbooks that we read, Swami Shivananda, we read textbooks of Swami Ved Bharati, we read textbooks of Swami Rama. Many of these masters who have taken Samadhi, their textbooks are available. Do you see any of them touching their nose to the toes? Then definitely touching my nose to the toes is not the practice.
Yeah.
And what they are writing in the book has to be realized with a practitioner who is coming from their tradition.
Mm.
Just reading a textbook, if it was making a person intelligent, then this whole world will become intelligent.
Sure.
Information is not wisdom.
Right. That's
So
a nice way of saying it.
application has to be found.
Yeah.
We have textbooks so that we can find motivation.
Okay.
Textbooks are there so that we can find motivation.
Mhm.
But if there is someone to help us to realize that motivation, it will become a process of realization.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I'm just stuck on the motivation, and because I don't walk that journey, I feel small.
Yeah. Something also very interesting that you mentioned in your class, which sometimes is hard to understand for new practitioners and also old practitioners, is you mentioned something about creating space in your joints, in your body, so the prana can flow. So how important is also, again, to connect my asana practice, my, let's say, physical practice, with a pranic energy, with the pranic practice. So what is your understanding of these two practices, the asana and related with the pranic force?
Prana is not the breath. This is one thing was first we shall clear. So with our teachers, first we shall talk with them, sit with them. Try to ask them, can you give us some practice in which we can feel this prana? Once we can feel this energy, we can learn how to channelize this energy. Prana is a very subtle energy, as we were discussing. It flows through meridians which are subtler than capillaries. And capillaries can be seen only through microscope. And this is the prana, the science is subtler than the microscope. So it has to be learned and realized with someone who has really experienced it for some time. If the practice is not done for channelizing prana, if the intention is not put on how the prana shall move in my body, if we are not putting intention to that, if we are not putting attention to that, we will see we have already lost the idea of doing the yoga practice.
Right.
The whole science of yoga practice is about generating the flow of energy, feeling the flow of energy, and ability to rise it from my lower centers to the slowly the higher centers. And how the energy will rise higher? Only when we do the practice with a motivation to rise my prana.
Okay.
If I do my practice to do a monkey action which somebody is giving me, how will the prana rise? So in a particular way, doing postures in a right alignment, the meridians open and the energy connects and passes through. In all hyperextended limbs, anyone who is hyperextending the limbs, there is separation in between the joints and the prana does not flow. You were asking me something about space. This whole world is made of 5 elements. These all 5 elements are made of atoms. These all atoms are made of 99.99% space. All that you see, including me right now, I am 99.99% space. But can you see that? You see an appearance. My senses are limited to see and feel and experience only 0.1% of reality. And what am I made of? 99.99%. And this 99.99% space is equal to possibility. Space is equal to emptiness. Emptiness is equal to possibility. What you can be, what I can be, if we explore that 99.99%, it's an exponential experience. And how can one experience this 99.99% space? The senses are not working. There is a special radar which works, and this is a radar of feeling. I feel. I do and I feel. I feel space. I do it for creating space. I don't do. I do for creating space. Creating space, I am sinking, lifting myself and reaching to my approximate right length. If I am able to reach till here, I have created space. And energy will flow more smoothly. If I am rounding, this is compressing my energy. I open space in myself, energy will move. More you give space, more the energy will flow easily.
Perfect.
More you compress, more you pressurize your joints, energy will get locked in those same joints and destroy your joints.
Like something that you mentioned today about creating space in the lumbar region.
Yes.
So we can extend and do approach back bends.
Yes.
Instead of mainly the most modern way, which is just going to the back bend without that having that awareness of your lumbar region, and then we create injuries that might not be seen now, but in 10, 15 years, if we continue practicing like that, we will definitely have some injury at some point.
If one really wants to do the practice of yoga for themselves, not with a fear of losing out. There is a fear of losing out. Everyone is doing yoga. Let me also do yoga. No, if you really wish to do yoga for yourself, and if one has patience, then it is very, very likely that you will find a right practitioner who can help you. But if someone really does not have that approach, Because if you're looking for it, you will find it, right? If you're not looking for it, how will you find it? Only if you're looking for it. So if one is looking for that, then they will find the practice in which they can create space and feel the expansion of all of themselves. It's a very difficult science to explain in words. It's a science of, as I was mentioning, it is a science of more feeling. It has a very different radar. You see and you understand something, but when you feel, you experience something. When you experience something, it becomes your wisdom. But when you just see and do, maybe it is not the wisdom. The modern technology is about just doing, and the traditional technology is about feeling.
Okay.
It's not about reaching a particular range of action. Everybody is different. They gave us this textbook, Hatha Yoga Pradipika. It has some postures. They are not saying you have to do it like this. They are saying it can be done like this. And what are you thinking? I have to do it like this. No, you have an individual body. Your hips are different than other people. Your spine is different than other people. Your shoulders mobility is different than other people. How can your practice be the same as what is in the textbook? There has to be patience and awareness that I need to find my right guide, teacher, mentor, whatever you can call it. I need to find my right mentor who can put me into a very specific body alignment which suits my body, and I can arrive into an effortless state. We were talking in the morning today, Hatha, the signs of sun. Sun means active. Ta means calm, peaceful, feminine. Water, calm. Yoga is the science of Ha and Ta. Ha means the active, Ta means the calm. And if we try to come to the center of it, Ha, active, and Ta, calm, we will arrive into a point which is known as effortlessness. Putting an effort, Ha, Ta is calm, to become effortless. So you do this kind of an effort, meeting in the middle. And that gives rise to the energy, that gives rise to a human awareness, that gives a possibility of shifting my consciousness from my ego to my higher mind to really arrive into my consciousness.
Now that we talk about Hatha, what is for you the traditional way of Hatha Yoga, and what do you think it has been lost at some point now in the modern way that we see yoga and that people is doing yoga?
Hatha Yoga is a traditional practice, a Guru Shishya Parampara. A Guru Shishya Parampara, in this, a student learns from his teacher, and he's supposed to be the only student in the classroom being with 100 students. There are 100 students in the classroom, but when he is receiving the practice, he is the only person in the classroom with the teacher with his intention. He does not look around. Who is there, who is not there? There's only one teacher, and I am here to practice, not to socialize, not to meet these people. I'm here to meet my teacher. So very specifically starts with no competition. With whom do you compete? With your fellow students, fellow practitioners. See, I am doing it better than you. But it's not about better than you. Are you doing your best? There can be a way a person gets into competition and may reach a flexible body, but they will never reach a relaxed mind. Competition has not got anyone a relaxed state of mind. Yoga is a science of practice for my own self, not to prove it to anyone in the classroom.
Mhm.
So I would say the first step of traditional Hatha Yoga is I am the first and the only person working with this teacher in this classroom right now. I am the only person. Second thought shall be that I am doing this practice for myself. And third step shall be because it is a mindful practice, I will do it only with awareness, I will stop.
Okay.
If I don't feel, I will not do. And stop and ask your teacher, how can I do it? How can I feel it, what you are saying? And if you are able to feel it, you will be able to embody it.
Okay.
And when you will be able to embody it, you will be able to transform in that.
Okay. That's
Yoga
very
is a
nice.
science of embodiment.
Well, and you mentioned at the beginning um, that you studied in Mumbai, and now we are here in Rishikesh, and now talking about the modern yoga and all of this. Um, First of all, what are the differences between teaching or being a student in a city or the yoga? How is it lived there, and how is it lived here in Rishikesh? Rishikesh is been named as the yoga capital of the world. Now there are hundreds, if not thousands, of people coming to Rishikesh to learn yoga. So how have you seen this town grown in the path of yoga in your experience, and what is so special about Rishikesh? What are the differences between being here and in the city?
It's a very beautiful question. Rishikesh is a very special place. Rishi Kesh. Rishi means a sage. I'm giving you a very simple explanation. Very easy, which you can easily digest. Rishi means a sage and Kesh means the hair.
Hmm.
It is a place where sages came, did their austerity for years and years. During this time, their hair grew. So their hair grew is a symbolism of they spending long time staying here doing their practice.
Yes.
Rishikesh has a very specific energy of sadhana, which is done here since thousands of years. All the great names that you will hear of spiritual masters, they have somehow passed through Rishikesh. All of them. Yeah. All the great masters, somehow they have a link in Rishikesh.
Hmm.
So Rishikesh holds a very special energy and offers something very special to the practitioners who really wish to practice. In the modern time, as we are in today, we see a lot of modern things are also happening in Rishikesh.
Hmm.
But if you come with your right intention, if you wish to not get lost, you will still find your right teachers and you will find your elevation. But if you yourself don't have control, you go anywhere in this world will be a chaos.
Mhm.
There are right teachers, there are right places where you can find some practices which can transform your life. But only if you wish to do this practice for yourself.
Mhm. Yeah, because I think that we have seen or we have experienced here both. We have experienced, we have had the luck to meet great teachers, and we have had the luck to meet also great practitioners and great seekers, but we've also seen how in every 5 square meters or something like that, you will see activate your Kundalini in 7 days, yoga for this, yoga for that, TTC for this, TTC for that. So many things going on. It's like overwhelming at some point to see so many schools, so many things, so many courses, so many offers. So, what do you think about that? About all this? You were mentioning 300 and something schools of yoga offering TTCs, offering this, offering that. So, at some point, we have to be careful, right? So, we come from a place in the West and we come here and we might not know, and we might choose the wrong place and get the wrong information, or we might be lucky to choose a good place and get, as you were saying, good information. So what do you think about all of these offerings and all of these TTCs and courses in general?
Information on the internet is the information available which they want to sell. Information available on the internet is the information available for what they want to sell. If people want to buy, if they want to shop some certificates, it's like a shopping. I want a sound healing certificate. I want a teacher training certificate. No, I also want a aerial yoga certificate. No, I also want a Kundalini yoga certificate. And it's like a shopping. You want these certificates so that you can tell people around you, see, I have these certificates. If someone wants to do it for themselves, would they like a certificate? Or would they like teachings? What would they like?
Teaching.
If someone really does it for themselves, they will look for experience or certificate.
Experience.
So if someone really wishes to find experience, they have to stop to go to the places who are giving certificates. And there is no problem in taking the certificate. Go take the certificate. Don't take it too seriously in your head that I have become a yoga teacher. You went, the truth is, you went for a 21-day or a 28-day retreat. You learned some things, and it is a retreat. Now only if you practice those things, you may go deeper in them. And when you go deeper in them, you may arrive into a possibility of becoming a yoga teacher. You have not become a yoga teacher. Certificate does not make you a yoga teacher, not even a yoga practitioner.
That's true.
Only your practice and your dedication of arriving to your mat every day is going to make you a practitioner. And only if you arrive onto your mat and you do a mindful practice, you will transform. If you just do some practice which is jumping on the mat, how will you transform? How will jumping stabilize your mind? Which science is this? Where in this world, where in this universe, jumping on the mat is going to stabilize the mind? How can you prove it scientifically?
Yeah, and even now more with so many different types or styles of yoga. We have now power, we have vinyasa, we have yin, we have hatha, we have ashtanga, we have so many things. And it is even hard for people, new practitioners, that they want to go into the world of yoga. What do I choose? I go to ashtanga, I go to hatha, then I go to power, then I go to this. And
Stop to talk with people. Stop to look into other people's plate what they are eating. Go to a classroom and see if you feel the experience, continue in that classroom for few days. If you feel I have learned something, go and practice on your own and try to embody it on yourself. A training is essential when you know this is what I want to learn, this is what I want to experience. The information available on the internet, my friend has done a TTC from Rishikesh, I also want to go because she has done a TTC. Because she can write on her Instagram profile, yoga teacher, it looks so cool. Yoga teacher.
Oh, yeah, it has become popularized even
Yes.
now.
It is Yoga Alliance who is giving you these certificates. It's not the traditional Indian, some yoga association is giving you some certificate. They're not giving you any such certificate.
Mm.
I've stayed in ashrams for around 11 years. They have not given me any certificate. They don't give any certificate.
Mm.
If you are eligible, they just put you into a job. You say, you do this good, you try this.
Mhm,
Just that.
mhm. I wonder how the Yoga Alliance, they had this power to just say, okay, now even us not coming from India, we're gonna come to India and say to this school, you need to certify people to be teachers with this ERT Yoga Alliance thingy. Otherwise, they are not teachers.
Businesses of USA are scamming people since they have been. It's a 200-year-old country just based on scams. And this Yoga Alliance is also nothing but a scam by a company from USA. You certify people just because you attend a 21-day program. What is the examination system of these certificates? You have been in these programs yourself. Tell me how seriously your exams were conducted. Was everyone certified or you were the only few people certified? If 100 people go, out of 100, all 100 get a certificate, what kind of teaching methodology is this? One?
Yeah,
What
that's
kind?
true.
If I go and ask my teacher, can you give me a certificate that I can be a yoga teacher? He says, come to my classroom for 7 years, then we talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
Can you give me a question again? I think I missed your question.
No, you answered it perfectly. And what would you advise the people that come and do a TTC? As you said at the beginning, obviously it has benefits. You get introduced to the practice, you get introduced to the concepts. But what would be your honest advice to the people that, even though they want to continue doing their TTCs and they want to pursue this path, and they have nowhere to start but with a TTC? So if that's the case, what would you advise them?
I would say it's lovely that you do a TTC. On the paper, let it be TTC, but in your mind, you go for a nice yoga retreat. You learn how to leave all the pain that you are carrying from all your situations by arriving into a new situation.
Mm.
You arrive into a new lifestyle. They allow you to wake up in the morning. They allow you to get into a asana class with discipline for a month. You move your body, your energy moves. It's a very good change. You meet all the people who are coming with the same thought of advancing themselves, moving in some direction, getting better in some or the other way. All of these people have same goal.
Mm.
So a yoga teacher training is a very good place of finding people who are energetic and who are ready to take steps for transformation. So it is a very good community.
Mm-hmm.
But is it really a teacher training? Ask yourself. You have been practicing for many years. Is it really a teacher training? The answer is no.
Yeah.
There is no institution in the whole world which can guarantee to make a yoga teacher in 200 hours.
Oh,
There is no institution in this whole world
yeah.
which can guarantee to make a yoga teacher in 200 hours. I have myself spent 18 years, and when I look at my masters, when I look at my teachers, I am just with what is this?
Mm-hmm.
I was telling some students in the classroom. I have a teacher that I met around 7-8 years ago. And when I met him, he was 85 plus. And he walked on the ground as if he is walking on the water. No effort. And me in that time, I had my sacrum pulled out
Yeah.
because of monkey practice, modern yoga. And when I looked at him in so much ease, I realized that there is something very, very wrong that I am doing, that I am in this shape and he at 85 in that shape. And over many years of practice, I'm learning, I'm realizing, transforming every day.
Mm-hmm.
As I was mentioning you earlier, I learned some practices with teachers years ago, and it takes years to realize them, to do them myself, and reach that same state of experience in myself. It takes time.
Mm-hmm.
You do it with a teacher, yes, you do it with a teacher, you experience it,
Mm-hmm.
but what you are experiencing is half of work what you have done, and half of the work is done by the teacher.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when you are able to do it yourself, it becomes your work, and then it becomes your own embodiment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like some of the things that I learned in my first course, I have now that I come back here and I practice with my teacher regularly, there are things that I'm like, oh,
Now you're
no,
realizing.
this is what he meant 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
See, so
It's-
what we go to a classroom and when we hear it for the first time, or when we do it for the first time, but when we continue to do it with fresh awareness, fresh awareness, we go deeper in the experience of that.
Mhm.
Prana, chakras, alignments, and all of these. They're very subtler things. They cannot just come. You cannot go to a classroom, teacher, can you put me into the right alignment? Yes, for the moment he will be able to put you in the right alignment, but as soon as you come out of that, you lose your alignment.
Mhm.
To be in the alignment, it is a practice, and more you practice the music in your guitar, more you practice awareness, it will become your embodiment. So it's a practice.
Yeah.
It's not a sudden thing, and it's not a package that somebody can give you.
Mhm.
A 7-day package is just a package. It does not give you any realization. But when it becomes your practice, when you really play that guitar, when you can really, it becomes your own embodiment.
Mhm.
Practices.
Yeah. I think also some of the things that have been lost in the West is that teachers, they have lost their personal practice and they teach a lot of classes per day, Monday through Saturday, Sunday off, and there is no time for practice because it has also become their business, their way of making a living. So they have to teach a lot of classes so they can make a living. So the personal practice has been somehow lost.
If you really want to know how I see it, if you really wish to know, we have something known as, in yoga, non-stealing. What is that known as?
Asteya.
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 Aste. Non-steal. Someone who does not have it and they took it from somewhere and they try to sell it. Who are they? Thieves. If you don't practice and if you don't embody and if you sell somebody else's idea, nothing but you are a thief. And I can just say to the practitioners, be cautious of where you go to learn. If your teacher, if your mentor, if your guide is not practicing themselves, then be cautious. You may be with a thief who is cutting your pocket, cutting your emotion, cutting you mentally, and ripping you apart slowly, 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 and you don't even know. Truth.
Truth. Yes, I agree. Hard truth, but the truth.
I love truth. This is what I told you guys. I'm ready to give you truth. I'm ready to give you fire if this is what you want. This is why he said you need 10 hours.
Yeah, sometimes we're afraid of the truth, and we put it like under the, the truth. Sometimes we put it under the rope, and people is like scared of it.
I wish to just live in truth.
Yeah.
If I am wrong in something, I wish life shows me or somebody shows me that how you are not in your truth. I wish to experience truth. Maybe I am not in my truth, but I really wish that I experience truth. Because only truth is going to give me contentment in my heart. If I want to feel contentment, that means I need to practice truth. If I practice false, how will I find contentment? So, truth is the only way, and truth is the only thing needed. Other than that, we are trying to cover things up and make it more convenient and things like this. But truth, I feel the people are ready for it. They're ready to listen to it. And truth is what shakes and shapes. So I don't know who will be watching what we are recording, but if somebody watches, I'm sure something will be touched in them.
Yeah.
This is what I feel. I'm doing it with a sense that practitioners who want to get awakened listen to this and really don't stop till they find a mindful practice. Don't just go to any classroom because there is a lot of people. If you feel the practice, then only be inside that classroom. But if you don't feel the practice, go enjoy somewhere. Go better, enjoy somewhere.
Is there any final message that you will want to give out to any practitioner or any teacher, new teacher, old teacher, new practitioner, old practitioner? Just any final message.
The final message that I would like to give all the practitioners of yoga, new practitioners, old practitioners, just remember every day that I am doing it for myself. And it is not a performance. It is my prayer that I want to do it for myself, for my elevation. I have no other interest but rise in myself and connect deeply with myself. This is the essence of the practice. Other than that, what other things it offers is the side benefits. Not to focus on the side benefit, but focus on elevating ourselves, that we become more grounded. We are able to purify our heart a little bit more. We are able to be with a clear state of mind that we can think. We are not anxious about the past and the future. We are able to live in this present moment. So my message to the practitioners would be, find the right practice, have patience. You can embody and become who you wish. What you will consume, only you will become. If you will consume a modern monkey practice, you will become that. And if you will practice the traditional technology, which is the basis of rising in mindfulness, one of the very efficient sciences, which even the modern science agrees, by some practitioners, some yogis who have shown, it gives you some extraordinary capabilities which science cannot justify how. Swami Rama shut down his heart beat and brain waves in the same time for half an hour in a clinic in USA. And after half an hour, he turned it on. And doctors in this time already declared him dead. And then when he came back, there was a panic. How did you do this? He says, if you want, I can demonstrate it again. Yes. So, yoga is a science of becoming a master of this body. And in this body, there is nothing which a yogi cannot do voluntarily. He is a master of this body. Okay. If somebody wishes to master their body and capability of their mind, then traditional technology is the practice which we shall look for, and give ourselves enough time to experience them and embody them. Don't try to understand them. Understanding is not the way. It is a practice of determination. It is a practice of embodiment, discipline, application.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.